and welcome back to my 999 Let's Play. The last time we finally solved the freaking Adam puzzle and then put John and Lucy back together, had a little moment with Clover that was actually pretty sweet, so I don't hate her anymore. I mean, she does seem to trust me though, at least a little bit, so that's something. And yeah, now we want to go through the door. So the thing is, I kind of forgot, but Loza told me to like switch between like adventure and the other screen from time to time, but I totally forgot. So this is apparently this is the novel screen? I thought that was the adventure screen. Anyway, apparently this is like what the touch screen looked like on the DS. So I'm just gonna switch now for no reason.
You don't need to keep asking, just do it, alright?
Fine then.
He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple, white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door. That was it.
All right, let's get going.
Hey man, what's up with you?
So, is this narration basically exclusive to the novel screen? So, did I miss like these little narration thingies? Because I think it was on the other screen. I would probably just have the dialogue, right? We would just skip through this, right? Oh.
You're so serious, you know? Can't you sound more happy, you know, get a little excited?
Nah.
Not really.
Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple, white hallway.
My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next.
Clover told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead, and she was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
Man. You found it! Huh. I wonder how much flavor text I missed.
There too, huh?
Like, it's kind of odd, because sometimes this game, like I was telling Loza, sometimes this game just switches between the screens anyway. Like, during the narrations, I guess it's more like the novel screen, but now we're on the adventure screen again, so I don't know. Like, apparently, like, yeah, the novel screen was like the touch screen. Like, since this is obviously a remake, or like a port, whatever, from the DS game. But the DS game apparently did not have voice acting, which I'm very thankful for that the remake does have, because otherwise I'd be reading way too much. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try to remember switching between the screens. Although it does confuse me a bit.
Every door in this place is locked up tight.
Man.
How about that one?
May as well give it a try.
So, wait, what happens? Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither Seven nor Clover.
Jumpy!
No.
Huh?
He spun around. He saw someone running toward him from the other end of the hallway. The one person he did not want to see, or at least I did not want to see. There were 3 people coming toward Junpei and his companions.
June? And Santa? And Lotus too!
Santa's back, let's go! They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
Chillin'.
What? But we didn't...
Before we could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys! Could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found.
Look on the wall here.
There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior?
Oh god.
It says C deck. So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7.
Oh.
And... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
Yeah, so I'm guessing, since I said on the flow, that this was probably gonna be like... I can show it again, like, this is probably what, like, the route we would go. Although we met up over here, which is interesting. I thought we would be already here. But I guess this is just the same scene then? Because this is probably like a different escape room, but we're gonna end up on the same side, and this is obviously gonna be like the 3-door. In fact...
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9.
Yeah.
We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9.
Indeed.
That's how the Nonary game works.
Which still makes it such a stupid plan to leave, like, all the people behind. Like, by Lotus in 3 episodes ago, I think.
I see.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
As he looked more closely, his surprising excitement gave way to wariness.
Oh!
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
I don't get it. They moved as one for the door.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Do it. Slowly, all 5 nodded, their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway into the room. Even without looking around, each of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
They were just where the map had said they would be.
We're back.
Oh. In the hospital room.
In the hospital room.
Great.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying.
Oh, he's not dead. Hi.
The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8.
I see, so... we have to go through doors 3?
You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory.
Oh.
And then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
Yeah. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has to be some kind of detective, right? Or like, something like that. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report.
At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright.
I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
It's okay. Ace shook his head with a rueful smile.
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
Poor Snake, though. 7 smiled.
Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
The key?
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room.
The key to Kingdom Hearts.
Right, Junpei?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
Oh, the solar system keys.
I guess I can go back to Adventure when they're just talking. I guess I'm... Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, or like... you can... blah, blah, blah. So I think I'm just gonna go whenever we go through like a door or whatever, like in the more story-centric way. I'm gonna switch to novel mode to see what the narration is like. But I think if everyone's just talking to each other, then I think that I don't miss any like flavor text, right? So I think I'm just gonna stick to adventure screen. Like I say, correct me if I'm wrong, if that's, or if like if there's in like other situations where I should go to novel mode, then be sure to tell me. But I think that's how I'm gonna do it.
Actually, we found one in the laboratory too. Here, the Earth key.
The Earth.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. On it.
Now we have 3 keys that we haven't used yet.
Yeah. The Jupiter key that we found in the operating room. The Saturn key card we found in the kitchen. And the Earth key Lotus just gave me.
Mm-hmm.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long, straight hallway, right?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs...
Wait!
What about door 3?
Yeah.
Look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. Just lead us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
Is it though? What if there's another key?
There is a point.
Or a snake?
At least there is for me.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So 7, you'll help me, won't you?
Huh? Me? Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be.
7, 8. Oh, yeah. I get it.
So I'm going with you, huh?
Don't mind me just calculating the digital route real quick in my head.
Yes, you are.
All right, let's get moving.
Man.
Okay, we're heading out.
Not the characters I just come to like.
Be careful.
Don't kill Clover. I actually like her now. I mean, like is a strong word, but I don't hate her anymore.
Whoa. Didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus.
Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it. The rest of us can't open the 9 door.
Ah, the truth comes out.
Okay, we're off.
Bye bye, everyone.
All right, we should get moving too.
Huh?
The blank store is still really sus, though.
Get moving.
Where are we going?
Well, it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
Allow me to explain.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
Yes. If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
And here's the Jupiter symbol on the keyhole.
All right, Junpei, open it if you please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on it.
Junpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. He twisted. With a nice sharp click, he felt the door unlock. Junpei sucked in a breath, held it, and opened the door as quietly as he could. Inside was exactly what he expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom, with a massive central staircase.
Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we?
Huh.
I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here.
I mean, we can go through the Earth thing now.
Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
But he hates luck.
Huh?
This.
The Saturn key card.
And the Earth key.
I'm lost.
Bruh.
Don't you remember, Santa?
Santa, please.
On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think.
Yeah.
So the 2 keys that Junpei has?
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck. Huh.
Yes, that's right.
All right, I got it. Let's get started then.
Oh,
What do
yeah.
you say we split into 2 teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you 2 can search Saturn, all right?
No, man. I hate this.
Sounds good. Then you guys should take this key.
I would literally take anyone over June. Like, literally anyone.
We have
At this
no
point.
idea what's on the other side of these.
Like, at this point, she really is. In my character ranking, like, number 10 out of 10. Like, imagine, I know Akron already posted this in, like, the comments of the second episode, but, like, imagine being, like, in the top 10 of a game that has only 10 characters, and, like, that's literally it.
So don't go too far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Although, I mean, I wouldn't say I like Zero more than her, but, yeah.
There's a card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn key card.
Let's do it.
Great! It looks like it's working now.
All right. Now, how do I call the elevator?
There's usually a button.
Oh, it only has the upside down triangle on it.
I guess there's no up button. Well, we may as well try pushing this one.
Yeah.
It opened! Look, Jumpy!
Sweet! It opened! Let's get going.
Wait!
What?
I'm not really, I just, oh gosh.
June was probably afraid of... Like, I mean, it's... I'm gonna say it.
Well, we will be all alone in here.
Jumpy?
Oh man.
Huh? Oh, nothing. It's not important. Come on, let's go.
I said wait a minute.
Why?
Aren't you afraid, Jumpy?
Afraid of what?
Well, I've never...
Ridden an elevator?
You know,
It's your first time?
Guys.
I might... get wet.
What?
Down there. I'd get soaking wet.
Well, I mean, of course you would. That's the way it works. I mean, I've never heard of anyone getting soaking wet somewhere else.
That's true.
This entire conversation is just painful.
You don't mind
Mind what?
getting wet?
Guys, can we like...
Well, I don't know.
Can we like just move on,
I think
please?
I'd probably, like it.
Gosh, Jumpy, you're so brave.
Really? I mean, I kind of think any guy would do the same thing, you know? What happens, happens, right? I mean, if you get the chance, you've just got to go for it. That's what a man is supposed to do, I guess.
Yeah, you're so cool, Jumpy. I really admire you.
We done with this,
That
please.
doesn't really seem like the sort of thing you ought to admire someone for.
Can we just move on, please?
I'm really scared.
I'm actually very grateful that I'm not in Nova mode right now.
I mean, like you said, you've never done it before.
I really don't need Junpei's internal monologue for this.
Yes. So, I don't think I'll be able to last very long. And then it'll be over.
Can we move on, please?
Over?
Yes. I'll go to heaven.
Heaven?
It feels kind of like you're floating in space, and your mind gets all fuzzy, like when you pass out. At least that's what I've heard from people who have experienced it.
Yes, I've heard that too. Although I don't think the same thing happens to guys.
What?
Huh?
But it would happen to men too, wouldn't it? It would happen to anyone. Once it gets into your body, the same thing happens to everyone.
What are we even talking about anymore?
Well, I mean, usually it doesn't go inside, man. I mean, generally.
SMH Junpei, not being progressive at all.
Yes, it does.
See? She is way more progressive than you.
Well, eventually it will. It's not like you really have a choice. Your body will force you to swallow some of it. Eventually.
What are you trying to do to me?
She's gonna peg you.
Nothing. I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm just saying that that's what happens. It's a psychological reaction to what you're experiencing.
She is saying she's on top. Not you, Junpei. She's on top.
Oh, is that so?
I know most men probably have larger lungs, but even then, I don't think you could hold your breath for 20 or even 10 minutes. Eventually, you'd have to breathe, and then the water would get into your lungs. Once that happens, your body won't be able to get oxygen anymore, and you'll start to feel that floaty feeling as you pass out.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't last very long.
I am suddenly very glad for voice acting because I did not have to read that.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D-deck, is completely underwater.
Yeah.
An elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is pretty scary. Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise, like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, take a look inside. It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right. They are.
Well, let's test it.
Test it.
Yeah, watch this. Now, I'll just put one foot inside the elevator and look over at the buttons. Oh, there's only two. E and C. All right, I'll push E.
I think I can hear it opening on E deck.
Okay, that's done. Now I'll just press the button again.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart.
Yep, not a single drop of water to be seen.
You know what? I was cringing throughout the entire last scene, but that's actually pretty smart.
See?
What does that mean? How can E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft and E-deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you.
Very great drawing.
So is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. So I'm gonna go down and check it out. You stay here, all right?
But...
Come on, just do it, all right?
I'm coming with you!
Huh? Hey, wait!
She's not afraid of getting wet anymore.
Oh, crap, it closed!
I can't just let you go alone, you know.
Ah, jeez. It looks normal. Oh, knock it off. It's just like I thought. This part hasn't flooded. Come on, just look around. There's no water here.
I like how she just disappeared.
You're right. It's not flooded at all.
Obviously not disappeared, but appeared from below.
See?
But there's a whole lot of water.
Yeah, right on top of us.
What's gonna happen if the ceiling breaks?
Well, we'd probably get really wet up there.
Yeah.
Huh?
At any rate, we should probably go back as soon as we can, once we're done looking around down here. Lotus and Santa might already be back.
Okay, good idea.
Now then. Iron bars. Well, we can't go over there.
Right.
Then maybe...
Well... It looks like there's a long straight hallway down this way.
It's a 6.
Something's written on the door at the end. Wait, is that...
Let's check.
I mean, I already see the 6.
I knew it!
But we can't go through... No, can we? No, wait. No.
This is a numbered door. But we can't do anything with only the two of us.
We better head back and let everyone know.
Yes.
Wait, what's this? Is this the map for E-deck? I should take it with me.
Do it.
Huh, so you guys found door 1. So now we've located 2 new doors, the 6 door and the 1 door.
You know, it is interesting that E-deck wasn't flooded.
Well, we don't really know if all of E-deck is safe. We only checked the area around the elevator.
Even so, it's still very interesting.
Indeed.
You said the 6th door was there, right?
Yes.
Then that means Zero planned all this out, even the sinking.
Makes sense.
That would have meant some pretty serious remodeling of the ship's interior.
I mean, he made the escape rooms.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
True.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took. I can't even imagine how much it must have cost.
It would have been a ton, that's for sure.
Well, that does go along with what Ace was saying. The most reasonable explanation would be that this was done by some organization with access to a whole lot of cash.
Yes, it does make sense.
Yeah?
I don't think it's a very good idea to stay here.
Yeah, you're right. Ace and his team might be back already.
Well, Junpei and I should be able to open door 1.
Huh? You guys leaving me behind?
No, Santa.
Just kidding. All right, let's go.
I don't know how much she was kidding. I mean, we could have just sent him back on his own.
Hey! Where the hell did you guys go?
I don't know, can they open the door 6? I mean, could they? Yeah, there was 3 plus 3. Wait, they could actually.
7?
He looks a bit defeated. She looks a bit defeated.
What's wrong? What happened?
What the hell kind of question is that? Snake was... Snake is...
Snake is dead.
Actually? For real?
He died, just as the 9th man did.
Wait, he tried to go through it himself?
Oh my god. That's not true, is it?
We should make sure.
Yeah, right. We should.
Wait, not that way.
What? Why not?
I stuck a screwdriver in there to keep the door from closing all the way. It's not locked, so you can go in that way.
Where is he?
The shower room. Left side of the hallway. I put a broom in there too to keep the door open.
That means we can get in without going through the numbered door, right?
Do we really want to go there? Do we really need to make sure?
Yeah, that's right.
Then let's go. This wasn't open when we passed here before.
Do we really need to see this?
Let's keep going.
Oh, it smells horrible.
I should have switched to thing. Lotus wrinkled her nose and covered her mouth in disgust. Even Santa pinched his nose shut.
Ugh, yeah, this is pretty awful. I feel like I'm gonna puke.
It was just as bad as they said, perhaps worse. A hideous smell filled the air, so thick they could almost taste it. It was sour and smelled of fish, feces and burnt meat. It worked its way through Junpei's nose and down his throat to pound against the entrance of his stomach. He put his hands over his mouth and struggled to keep what little was in his stomach where it belonged.
Where is he? Where's Snake?
They didn't have to wonder where the body was. LR? LR?
There.
There was blood everywhere, a few arms of the splatter reaching towards them as they walked in through the door. All one had to do was follow the many radial arms of their source. The body itself was hidden behind a divider.
June, you should stay here.
But...
Please, just do me a favor, okay? All right?
He didn't give her a chance to say no. He put his hand on her shoulder, as if to shove her into the ground like a tent pole, turned and walked towards the end of the divider.
I'm going in.
It felt like it took an eternity for him to get there. Santa and Lotus followed, timid and nervous as a pair of children. Eventually they reached the divider. They looked at one another and nodded slowly. Junpei put his hand on the divider and peered around the corner. For a moment, he forgot to breathe. He felt his heart collapse in his chest, like an empty cigarette carton, and time froze. He knew in that instant that he would take the image before him to the grave. What was left of the body sat in the sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in a great red sea. A vast, ragged hole had been torn into the torso, and what remained of his intestines spilled out of it like fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and become stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried to it.
Just like he said.
I really didn't need that description, but thanks, novel screen. Santa's voice was strained. Junpei suspected he was holding down some vomit of his own.
Just like the ninth man.
Yeah,
The detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gut.
it looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful.
Oh god. The bone is coming out of his left arm. It's definitely an open fracture.
Yeah. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay in the ground in pieces.
Oh, the face. It's horrible.
Yeah, you can't even tell who it is.
Huh. Half of his head had simply collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes, too, were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the grey slacks.
But the clothes are...
They were all familiar to Junpei.
No mistake about it. It's Snake.
Lotus's voice was unnaturally deep and strained, and Junpei heard it catch in her throat. We really had to see that, didn't we? The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. It is odd though, like, how did he even get into the door? I mean, maybe someone... So my theory is kind of someone forced him into the door? Like, opened it and just shoved him in there and then he, like, died? Since you can't do that, yeah, in the beginning, since obviously Clover and Junpei didn't die after the ninth man just went to the door. But then this was pretty far into the escape room, so you'd think if somebody did that, he'd be like dead right at the beginning, so it's kind of odd. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room and at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered.
Yeah.
Chances are he was killed the same way the ninth man was.
Yeah, but how did he get towards the end of the escape room then?
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it. Alone.
Yeah.
And waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door. And then, 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
Yeah.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh?
Like he's like, I see.
You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah.
So we gotta figure out which combinations to make a 3.
That means we're looking at multiple perps here.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
I mean, Snake, bro. Santa's pretty sus, since he was in this room, and he was all, like, really weird about it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Thing is, I would calc this right now, but we are pretty far into the episode, and I want to have a better end, so yeah.
That means anybody could be a killer.
I mean, anybody who can make the number 3 with the number 2.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, 2 of us, actually.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Yeah.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven?
What do you mean?
What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
Ace, now you're being suspicious.
What? Zero wants?
Like, he is not... like, what do you mean even calm down? He's, like, pretty calm, all things considered. Like, since he's, like, literally suspecting someone of murder. He's pretty calm about it, if you think about it.
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes. Almost certainly Zero himself.
But why?
If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero.
But why would he kill one of the contestants? Like, literally, if he... like, why set up this entire game if he just kills us?
He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
I don't know.
Good question. If Zero killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us.
Was Zero still on the ship with them? I'm not so sure, actually. I mean, why would he only be on the... like, we only heard him through... Did we see him through a screen, or was it like in... you know, one of these announcement thingies? The other question... so I was thinking would probably be counterproductive for him to stay on the ship if he wants us to fail. Obviously, if we fail, the ship sinks, so it would be counterproductive to stay on a sinking ship, wouldn't it? I'm not so sure, but I'm not sure.
Something's still strange.
What was that?
Maybe I shouldn't admit this to him.
Well, I'm just wondering about one thing.
And what's that?
How can you be so sure that Zero's on this ship?
Really, Junpei? I confess I'm a little disappointed.
Bro,
Usually you're rather sharp.
don't be mean to me.
Isn't it obvious?
Wait, it is?
This ship.
Huh?
Zero said, "this ship," several times when he addressed us. If he weren't here, he wouldn't say this ship, would he?
I mean, he could just say this to throw us off.
He'd be saying something like, that ship, or the ship.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Uh,
If Zero's on the ship, where is he?
like the captain's cabin, whatever? The steering deck?
I think Zero is one of us.
That sound effect, though. Was he one of them? And that's crazy. I don't know. Like, weren't we all in one room? I mean, I was about to say, weren't we all in one room when he talked to us? But I guess this could also be pre-recorded, so... I don't know. I'm gonna be like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Isn't this ship going to sink in a few hours? If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that? There's no motive.
You don't believe me.
Oh, yeah, that was... I'm sorry, Clover.
Clover,
Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us, but you have to understand. The more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did those horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing?
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Yeah, but this part does not have any time left. I'm sorry. I guess this is a good a point as any to end the episode and not have it be like a 1 hour episode again. Man, I don't know. Usually the things I'm actually pretty bad at these kind of like games of like trying to suss out who's Zero, who's the mastermind, whatever. So I have no idea. Things I'm still kind of with Junpei. Like, why would Zero be on this ship, like playing the game with us, knowing he could like literally die? I don't know, but maybe he's just crazy and this is the explanation. But that's kind of a lame explanation, isn't it? So I don't want to believe that. I don't know. Anyway, this has been it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.